Name another show that can match it. Hard to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Jamal keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the Lake Show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 48 of the Match My Energy podcast. It's your boy Dennis Lee, aka DINO Fit Dennis.
Yep, the boy JC2 Blessed Jamal, man. We are back at it. Another week. We have taken some time off, but we are back to it, man. It's been a lot going on last couple weeks. A lot going on.
For sure.
So I'm gonna have my boy start it off.
Okay. Yeah. So, we did have to take a break. This one wasn't just, a little bit more of being too busy or what holidays or whatever, because I think there may have been a couple in there. But I'm gonna start off with the news. Most people probably know, some of our listeners, some that don't. My guy, man. Start off as far away to as close as he is to me. Listener of the show, dedicated listener, artist that I talked about hella times. Like, I mean, sometimes I give him his own little slot in there when I talk about it. But also, and I tell him too, I'll be like, hey man, I couldn't think of nobody, so I used you as a shout out. So which he was like, yeah, no, anytime. But that my cousin, like my little brother, he stayed in the house with me for a while. Became my best friend. We're 6 years apart. But yeah, no, to know him is to love him, man. Like Matthew Thande, Mavenue to the masses. Unfortunately passed in a car accident. Was that June 10th? And so yeah, it took a lot for me, man. It took a lot out on me, going through that whole process. So yeah, it was, and when I tell you, I don't know, I've never felt like that before. As y'all know, man, like I feel like I come on here every few months, feel like, man, with RIP for somebody, but those is like grandparents or uncles or something like that, which are still hard for sure.
Right.
But this one hit me in like a way different, first off, you don't losing somebody that abrupt. We texting and a few hours later he gone. I don't even know it. I go to sleep expecting him, see him at the gym tomorrow. The fact that he's, younger than me, even when we talked about death or talked about certain things like that, I had these jokes. So, hey man, on my tombstone, you better make sure at my funeral, you better, I would listen to him, but in my mind, that's for real jokes because I'm the big cousin. You're going to be at my funeral, type of thing. And for this to happen, and a guy that was so full of life, and he, like, to where if you met him one or two times, you felt like he was like a lifelong homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy part.
That's exactly how, saying, like, I met him briefly. I mean, a couple times while I was my time in Wichita, Kansas, man, he was always smiling, cracking jokes. And I was like,
man.
Just like everybody in Kansas, everybody's like, where you from? I was like, you got a little accent. You ain't from Kansas. And he was like, I said, Georgia. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And then we just kept chopping it up. I mean, we hooped a couple times, played basketball a couple times. Really good dude. He played his music in his car. I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
The first time he played it, he was like, "Listen to this," and I was like, "That's cool. It's riding. What is this? Who is this?" Yeah, that's me. You know, I do rapping. And I was like, "Dang." So, and
Yeah.
I just like how he introduced even himself to me, and then also his music as well. Because some people were like, "Hey, I do music. Listen to this." And he's like, "No, I'm just gonna play you this. Either you ride to it or you don't ride to it. But then I'm gonna let you know, hey, this is actually me. This is what I actually do, and everything like that." So, always a good dude, always smiling, man. It's when Dennis told me it happened, I was like, and this is what we kind of talked about a little bit offline was it's different when it's another person that you don't have as much of a connection to. Like your friends say, hey, somebody on their family died. It's like, yes, you give condolences and things of that nature, but it's don't impact you the same way. But when somebody else that I had a connection to as well passes away, I mean, that one was tough. I was like, you can really feel it. Like it's really a physical thing that you felt. Like I felt something in my heart when he said that. I was like, it just didn't even feel real. I mean, still don't feel real. So it's really a tough one, man. It just like it's it's super tough, especially being younger as well. I mean, I like I said, any age is tough, but you know, when you're definitely older than somebody and seeing that, and I can just imagine, man. So
27, man. 27. So much life left, man. It's so crazy. I mean, fortunately for me, I mean, you never know. You never know. And that's, I've finished a lot of the podcasts saying this, saying, hit up your old friends that you ain't talked to in a while. Tell them you love them for no reason. All those different things that y'all have heard me say. And I think with that, I'm glad that I was living what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because with him, he was man, he's a funny dude, man. And he even this experience had a lot of funny to it. I'm telling you, like it was so many different things. Uh First off, hey, y'all single dudes out there. Y'all I'm gonna tell y'all, man, Matt was a young, single, good-looking dude, you know what I'm saying? So he had him, right? But I tell you, but I tell you, man, first off, seeing his little things up at the
oh
funeral,
no,
man.
oh wow,
Hey, y'all gotta know. Hey, y'all can leave here at any time, right? We've learned that. This is part of the lessons. Yeah, okay. You can leave here any time. Make sure you got your affairs in order. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you
man.
rocking with who. When you mess with a girl, think, man, if I die tomorrow, what I want people to know I was messing with her.
Man, were they aware of each other as well, or everybody was like, "What's your
Okay.
connection? How you know him?"
I think sort of, kind of, but maybe okay, because like he only had one that he was like that was like his. You know what? I don't care if y'all end up watching this and finding out anyway, but he only had one. He only had one that like was like his. I would say maybe two. That like, all right. I'm trying to think about how to put this. That's why I'm kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah,
But
you trying to
like,
stay political
so
still?
yeah, because it's still,
Yeah, still
honestly,
people.
here's the thing. Yeah, there you go. So I think like from like since he's not here, like if he was watching this, from the
You want
great
to keep it
beyond
that?
or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
he knows. No, he knows that like since he ain't here, I can share the jokes. Like I could just make more jokes. I feel like
Right.
he would just share it on the cracking on him. But so he had his college sweetheart, Danae, and they was
Hey,
rocking
not
even after they
don't
broke.
name drop. Don't name drop.
Well, okay, I'll name drop to her because that's his.
Okay, okay.
It'll make sense. It'll make sense.
All right.
So after they got, they started to separate from each other, because she moved away, like up to like Kansas City or something.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, yo, the distance is a little, it's a little tough on both of us to traveling back and forth. And just being apart, I think it's probably best if we kind of have like a friendship, but like we'll come back together. Like they had kind of opened up their relationship a little bit. So it was almost on some like he even told me like they would tell each other like, oh yeah, I'm talking to this person. So they became like for real best friends, but they still had that love. They still had that love for each other. They still were like, there was like an in love there, but it was just like our timing is off type of thing. And so I guess, and so I remember like, and I knew this for sure. I knew he wasn't like, oh no, like trying to tell me one thing and it'd be another thing. Cause like she would be on FaceTime with him. She'd be on FaceTime with him. And she'd be like, oh, hey, cousin, so she was like little cousin to me, all of that. Like, and so, but I would hear their conversations a little bit and I'd be like, oh, dang, I never heard it like this before. So, man, no, for real, because this girl was getting on my nerves when I had her over and da-da-da. I'm like, okay, say that. And so there was that. And then he had another girl from out of town and he really rocked with her, right? And that was you can tell that was like one of his little sweethearts, she was cool. But then there was a couple that he wouldn't like say by name. He'd always give them little nicknames when he talked to me. Mm-hmm. Yo, this is my little skinny broke chick, or this is this is my old sugar mama, or whatever.
You got adjectives.
Yeah, this is my old white chick, or something like that. All these different little phrases that like let me know, like, yo, I'm not super serious with this one or this one or this one. But let you know I was hanging out. Oh, because I'll be like, yo, like when we like on Monday or Tuesday when we meet back up, I'll be like, yeah, man. So what you do this weekend? Man, I was, hanging out with so and so. I was like, oh, this one? No, this one. Oh, okay. Oh, this one? Actually, it was a whole other one I, met out there or whatever. So it'd be different, So then you see also when people pass. I told my cousins and my family, I was like, listen, if I go, let people be fake, man. Let people be like, yo, that was the homie, blah, blah, blah. You know what? They didn't even talk to me like that. Or whatever. Because my mama gonna love it. My mama gonna love to see my page flooded full of people that love me or whatever. Or look like it. But then you also gotta deal with he was the love of my life and da-da-da-da. And he was my everything. I was like, I almost wish I could like text him right now and be like, bro, why are you like 5 different girls, everything? He was my everything. And, so it's just been so much like, so then also, like, at funerals at the end where you go down and like look at the body or whatever. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, already kind of sad, kind of like anxiety high because like, thanks, about to be my turn. Even though we just saw him at the wake the day before, still like, this is like,
it's a lot, yeah.
The end, yeah. But then I see like 4 or 5 of them in a line. I'm like, was they sitting together?
Oh no.
Was they sitting together?
Wow.
Like, Matt, boy, I'll tell you what, man. You was something else, man. From beyond
the grave. Some of them may have known each other. They're in the same city. I was like, I don't. But they at least now know because when they die and everybody posting their little, I'm gonna miss you, blah blah blah. You probably look at who this is. Yeah.
And so,
man, that's that Tyler Perry skits right there.
I was like, man, you something else. And then so another reason why I'm wearing. So the reason why I'm wearing this, my little cousin, he was half Kenyan on his dad's side. And so a lot of them, they came in from Kenya, from Sacramento, from London, from Washington. Like they was just from all over, so it's cool. And also they came to our small town that we grew up in, right? So it's funny seeing these people from these big faraway places in tiny Parsons, Kansas. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. And this, I mean, by no disrespect, if y'all end up listening to this or watching this, because I thought this was the tightest thing ever. Like all right. So first off, Matt's friends came up and it was like 20 of them all hugging each other and crying and, oh, we gonna miss boy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, I got 20 friends to hold each other like that. His Kappas was there, his Kappa buddies.
Yeah, Line Bros, yeah.
Yeah, they was all up there. And then there was okay, so it was funny. I know I'm all over the place, but they were talking about how they called him Stonehands. Stonehands when he played, because they was like, yo, we all play football. And he was Stonehands. And if y'all listen to his song, is it Choose One? Yeah, if you listen to Choose One, he even talks about that on there. But and they was like, they joked around, they was like, boy, I tell you what, you would have been all state if you could catch, but you got them stone hands. It's like, but then he found defensive side of the ball. If you started hitting, he could really hit, but just can't catch.
Dang.
I was like, that's hilarious. But okay, so the Kenyan side, they made everything sound way harder. I'm glad that I got up and spoke before they did, because if I would have had to follow that, I would just had to use accent with them. And they was killing it. Like, okay, they was even saying phrases that like I know you've heard before, but it hit so different with them. His dad got up and was like, I just want to thank all of you for being here. Being here in Parsons where my son has grown up. From everyone, he named off a few different names. He was like, you can truly tell that it truly does take a village to raise a child. I was like, whoo, dude. Yeah. I've heard that before, but the way you said it.
Yeah, because they also, like, when they talk, they have those little breaks, like pauses. Yeah. So it's like it's emphasis on after 3 words to be like, it takes a village to. I was like, God dang. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But like his aunt got up and was talking about like, I noticed she's like, I did not have the words to say because I am lost. But I saw a river in the back of the property we are staying in, and it spoke to me. And I was like, probably. I mean, they Africans, man. Nature be speaking to them, you know? And so she was like, the river, it flowed, and it was running strong as ever, no matter what has gone on in the world today. And I think that was Matty talking to all of us, telling us to keep going, be strong, no matter what. And I was like, dang.
Jeez.
Oh, that was deep. Why'd you? You're right. You know it. Right.
That's a tough one.
Dude, it hit me so hard that like I didn't even realize until like 3 days later. Mind you, I've been in Parsons my whole life. Like I've been going all the summers there. My whole family, my whole dad's side is from there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I didn't realize till 3 days later. I was sitting in the gym and I was telling somebody a story, and I thought to myself, we ain't got no rivers in Parsons. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? You know what? There's a river there now. I don't care. She killed that.
Oh, you saying she fabricated a river?
I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it was like a creek or something. Maybe it was like a little bit of flood water or something. I was like,
it's like, hey, a little stream.
Hey, a little stream or something. I was like, you know what? Let her have that. That was fire.
Exactly. I was about to say, ain't nobody gonna be like, what river are you talking about?
No, I think everybody was. I think everybody was doing the same thing I was doing. I think everybody was like,
deep.
Yeah, that was fire. Okay, now we will go on strong as ever.
Everybody 3 days later had the same realization at the same time. Wait, what river she talking about?
Where's the river? But yeah, nah, man, it's been super tough. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's just weird because like we had like similar like outlooks on a whole lot of different things. So like he would be the one I go to for like the jokes, even like the Instagram videos. Like, everybody send the videos, but like sometimes I send him like wild stuff or the random like voice notes, because he only like sometimes he would text me, but a lot of times he'd send voice notes, and he'd also like
only FaceTime. Voice too.
Yeah. Or sometimes like I'll send him something funny, and he literally would just send back like a 5-second voice note of him just laughing, and it just abruptly cuts off. I'm just like, why? It's just some goofy stuff like that, man.
It's one of those like, you want to make sure you know I was laughing, because some people, you know, send the emoji and be like,
LOL.
All right, cool. Yeah, so
that, and I think the biggest thing, and I'm gonna move on is I used to go out of my way to, like, I don't know why I just started doing this. Maybe it's because like the passing of like our family members and stuff like that. But like I just would like regularly tell him how proud of him I was, seeing his growth, seeing him get more disciplined. He got buff. Everybody's like, "Hey man, you look buff in there, man. What do you?" Didn't I guess y'all was really working because his shoulders and everything. So he just got like really like focused on so many aspects. Super skinny. Oh, he got so buff. I was like, but it was like the work that he did in the gym, but also at home, he did a whole lot of stuff. He just was in every aspect that he was weak. He kept trying to like make it better, and so kept seeing that. Plus, he was working a texture on. You know, he did so many different things, and his music was better. If y'all, man, I was gonna use it as a shout out, but I'll probably still do it. Go listen to I-35 by Mavenue. It's fire. I was like, man, he's gotten way better. Like, not objectively. Like, I know, like, it's my little cousin. I'm saying, get all that. I'm like,
I had to put disclaimer because if your stuff is trash,
yeah,
Dennis is the first to let you know, family or not. He is musically inclined, and he would definitely let people know. I'm over there. It's like, it sound good. Let me take a second listen, or maybe sound better in the car with some bass and stuff like that. Dennis, on the other hand, hey man, I think you wanna, you know, change this up a little bit. You might want to work on this area.
Yeah.
It's like, my cousin, I'll be letting him know. You ain't there yet. You got potential.
And I done told him. I done told Matt, not this one. Because it was because him, my cousin Doug, the one who, sorry, Doug. My cousin Audrey, the one who does our intro. They send me music all the time, and I'll change this. Oh, you was trying to be creative on this one or something? Like, you know, you was trying a little too hard to be creative. Like, I would just little things, and I would just go, nah, not that. Or this is heat. This right here. Matter of fact, they dropped a song like a little bit after Matt died, but it'd been in my phone for like 3 months. I'm like, y'all need to put this out. Quit lollygagging. But circling back, like even that project, I just kept noticing all these different things of him just constantly growing and becoming better. The way his mind was, the way he just like started to see the world, the way he handled his emotions. It was just a lot better. He was going to therapy, like so many different things I could tell. So I just kept telling him, I'm like, bro, I'm really proud of you. And then sometimes it'd be like something serious. I'd be like, man, I'm really proud of you, man. You pay your bills and you got extra money after. Like, you know, so different little things like that. And I'll just go out of my way to always tell him I love him. And he'd be like, all right. I'd be like, love you, Matt. He'd be like, all right, yeah, man, love, bro. I'd be like, no. Tell me the whole thing. Say I love you, big cousin. Tell me the whole.
Yeah.
And say like, man, I love you, bro. All right. And so little stuff like that, or like we'll be joking, we'll be talking after we work out. We'll be out in the parking lot, and sometimes I'll like leave him with like a big cousin phrase or some phrase to like drop some gems. But then like we'll be joking and saying some bullshit for so long that I'll be like that we'll both be like sentimental cousin shit and just like hug and like we'll literally say cousin shit and just like walk. And so like you know, so I went out of my way to like, you know, he hugged his cousin so much, man. Like so it was like he knew it's not one. So for me, I know it wasn't one of those things where I'm like, I wish there was more I could have said. I wish, you know, I just wish he would just be here. Like, but
yeah,
there's nothing left unsaid. There's nothing left that I wish I would have said to him. And he knew every second how I felt about him, man. So
that's good, man. At least like you said, a lot of people still have that, like, man, I should have said this, should have sent this, you know, regrets and stuff like that they always have around these type of things. So I'm glad you was able to, you know, have that connection with him and be so close with them, especially with him. You know, I think it was hard when he moved away to California for some time. I mean, he was talking about that. Yeah. And then when we came back, I know that was a lot better for y'all relationship. So I was like, I'm glad that you was able to have that connection with him, man, and not able to be like, man, I had all this stuff back in the chamber that I was thinking of. I wanted to let him know. It's like, no.
I wish I should have just told him.
Yeah, that's the ones that hurt the most is when people start saying like, "Oh man, we was about to do such and such. I had so much planned. I was about to say about to say this, And when people start going that, it'd be like, I know, but this is where we at now, and that's because people. I mean, you
and we
talk
did have
about
some
therapy.
plans,
That's
man.
what a lot of people. That's why a lot of people go to therapy, because it's like the regrets of like, I was able to do this with this person, or they was off on bad terms, or wasn't able to make recollection with that person, and that's years and years of just thinking of just that one instance or this instance. So, well, yeah, man. Of course, you had plans stuff like that, but I'm saying like stuff you
no, for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna finally get that off my chest, man. I was gonna bury the hatchet or whatever. I even think about like when Offset being like, man, I was sad I didn't get to like squash the stuff between me and Takeoff and this and that. Like, now I get it, man. And it really does make you think, like, when you talking to people that I'll get back to being cool with him later, or man, you ever know.
Yeah, especially if you truly care for that person. Like, it's sometimes like, hey, you got on bad terms with somebody else, but you like, do I even really need that or like that person? Like, and it is, that's something that you might just have to cut off. I'm not saying a relationship you need to keep as well, but for people you do care about, and you was like, man, we just haven't been talking, we haven't been on the same page. Be the first one to reach out sometime. I know it's tough. Depends on what situation you guys went through and everything as well. It might be tough, but it's worthwhile to at least say your piece and be like, hey,
right,
hey man, this is trivial, man. You want to go out? Let's go somewhere, hang out, link up real quick, just to catch up and be done with it. You say your piece, and that's what really makes what people say. Like, I said my piece, and that's what it gives you a peace of mind. It's like, hey, I said what I had to say. Whether it goes over well or not, this is my my feeling is. So,
for sure, I think you know what. And that's, and real quick, I mean, that's why I always tell everybody, man, not even just that, reach out to somebody that you love, but you ain't talked to them in a while. Because if we get so busy in our everyday lives, we get so busy that we forget, there's only 24 hours in a day. Next thing you know, it's nighttime, you're going to sleep. So go out of your way, be intentional, hit up one of your cousins that you love, but you ain't talked to, your friends that you haven't, sibling or something, just tell them you love them. Tell them, just catch up. Have a good laugh with somebody that you ain't had a good laugh with in a while, man. One thing about Matt, man, like I told y'all before, he loved the show. He loved, rocking with us, man. And every single person that I randomly see that happened to meet him a couple times or even seen him for even just a short amount of time, man, they had a lot of love, and it's devastated. Even like Barbara, the lady that you met at the wedding, and she was even like heartbroken, and it just goes to show the impact that he had, people that he just meets here and there, the way he works a room, the way he just makes everybody feel, it makes you feel like, dang, was that my cousin? Like, was that my family? Was that my boy too? Like, and like I said, he loved the show. He want us to have a good one. He want us to, talk that talk, get into all the things. He was a Laker fan like me. He was also a Steelers fan. So, people aren't perfect, that's all, people are, I wasn't perfect, but no, so we gotta get into the show. So yeah, long live Mavenue, whatever y'all want to call him.
Sure.
Please, we'll get into it some more. But yeah, we gotta get into real quick. You hate it, I hate it, Matt hated it. The Celtics won, man. The Celtics won the championship. We haven't talked about it. So yeah, as a basketball fan, congratulations to them. Anything you want to say?
Nope. That's about it. Congratulations.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, man.
Shout out my boy.
Shout out Nick.
Jamari, and then my homegirl Bree. I know y'all are Celtics fans. That's it.
Cool. All right. So yeah. So after that, we had the NBA draft. Oh man. Yeah, we had the NBA draft. So
which was also crazy.
Yeah, a lot of surprises. Of course, we got these. A lot of times we have the foreigners that go high and all that. So we got to see Alexander Sarr go number 2. He was a higher named projection. But then we also had man, I'm looking at these names, man. There are some names on, feel like Webby right now. Zachary Richard. Yeah, y'all seen the draft. If you haven't, of course, because we have a lot of listeners who I told, hey, man, if you never watch sports, you can listen to this show because we break it all the way down,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they're both French players. And then we get into some Americans. But yeah, they say this draft was kind of a little bit more lackluster.
I ain't recognize like no one.
Sure.
And then the French, of course they were saying a French number one goes back to back. So Wemby, of course, was like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud French people are just going crazy because he got another first pick.
Right.
Well, Atlanta, and I was like, I had to see because I feel like they had the rumblings of Trae Young going to develop or help develop, not help develop, but be partner with Wemby and the Spurs because he's an easy point guard, throw it up, can run the point. So I feel like they was like, well, why don't we just bring an alternative to Wemby? I'm not gonna say he's gonna be as impactful, but an alternative.
And he's only 6'9",
to him.
He's only 6'9", but he is still a big.
I was like, get somebody similar, yeah. So, which is crazy, man. I mean, nothing really crazy really happened. I said, we're gonna get into the Bronny stuff, but that's about the only thing. Person that was sneaky. It's two sneaky ones that I saw. One was the Grizzlies picking up Zach Edey. That was a sneaky pickup. I was like, what? Because Steven Adams had been having some issues. Steven Adams like,
oh shoot, I didn't even think about that aspect like that. Yeah,
he's still super young, so it's like I was like, why did they go so deep on him? Maybe he got more lingering health issues that they are making public or making.
Maybe they don't care. Maybe they just like, or they could be on
also
some like
true.
we gonna have. Maybe they could just be on some like, listen, man, you ain't doing nothing.
You gonna have to fight for it. Yeah,
stay healthy, or else you're gonna lose.
I would say the last 2 months, Miami, which was like maybe 3 or 4 picks behind that, everybody, which myself, predicted that they was gonna go for Zach Edey as a big man to pair alongside Bam. So I thought that was super sneaky. The other one, which I didn't think the Lakers was gonna pick him up. I didn't think that the shooter, what's it called? Kenneth or something. Yes. I forgot what his Connect, something like that.
Connect, yeah.
I was like, that's sneaky. He's like a older established shooter. I know a lot of people saying like Austin Reeves 2.0, but it's like
I think it's
still,
just
I'm like, that's a
stop. We don't have to compare the white players to the white players, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he a different type of dude.
I was like, this boy might be a legit shooter. So hopefully, especially playing, I'm pretty sure LeBron coming back, but with LeBron and still kind of running the point, passing the ball, like that's gonna be buckets for him to sit in the corner, let it fly. You probably gonna have all green lights that rookie season for sure. So, and then D'Angelo Russell, I don't know. I kind of think you guys need to get off him, but
not for sure. I'm with it.
Yeah, I think it's about that time. But I think he accepted his play option up, but the Lakers could still trade him, which they should. Also, as part of this draft stuff, I saw LeBron said he's taking less money to come back, which is, how can I say, it's pretty monumental because every time he's done negotiations, he has gotten the top dollar. He has never really taken a pay cut. So this is the first time he's taken a pay cut to try to get you guys another. They said an impact player. Then they said star player first. Then he took the pay cut. Now they're saying an impact player, and I was like, if I'm taking a pay cut, I want a star player. Impact player is cool, but impact player could be, I don't know, someone who just played good defense. I don't know. So
right. It could be like a Dennis Rodman or something type player. You know, it's like no.
That would be crazy. But they trying to go for like Klay Thompson. I saw Valanciunas was on there with somebody else. Maybe like I forgot the name, but Klay would be cool. I was like, you guys just can't pay him too much. I feel like because I was like, you still don't know what he can be.
We still got we still gotta see if he's back. We still got to see, like, because he was, yes, one of the best shooters we've ever seen ever. Got it. But as of late, he's been off. I don't know if it's a mental thing.
So he was one of the best. Steph is still the best. You know what I mean? That's two different. Yeah.
No, yeah. Like he's one of. He was like one of. Yeah. The best. He was in that talk of like top 5 shooters ever.
Yeah.
And still is. That's still cemented. His career is still his career. But as of late, if it's what have you done for me lately type of thing, it's what. It's so yeah, I as a Laker fan would like to see it if he brings that old Clay, which really you don't got to do too much, man. He wasn't even a dribbling shooter. He was just a catch and shoot, boom, lights out, quick release type of guy. So you can do that long into your career. So if you can do that, and he held defense normally, he was a good defensive player as well. So that would be cool. But also, Lakers added with the 55th pick, Bronny James. I'm gonna let you go, man. What you think, man? How are you feeling?
I am happy that history is gonna be made with LeBron playing with his son. That's about the level that you. For sure. To see somebody play with his son in NBA for the first time, we allowed to see it as a, that's crazy. But I'm just saying, if he wasn't LeBron's son, he would not have been picked up in this NBA draft. Unfortunately, I mean, we understand he was trying to get a basketball. I mean, he's been good. Didn't really have a good showcasing in college, which I mean could be good and bad. Some people don't excel in college. That's not a huge factor of playing in the NBA, in my opinion, especially with the heart issues and stuff like that he had as well. But to me, I was like, if based off his stats and his stature, if he had a different name, he would not be in the NBA. I don't even think he is picked up undrafted based off his skill set right now. Fortunately,
I don't know.
I don't. He don't do.
Go ahead. My bad. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. So he don't do one thing exceptionally well. Is what I was saying. Everything is like
I'll give you that
average or like maybe like a tad bit above average. And the above average category I got is IQ for him, but everything else is like, It's something that I'm like, these are supposed to be the cream of the crop players, even in the second round. And to me, he didn't showcase to me that he would be, a top 60 player in the nations. You know what I mean? Like, well, the world, because he draft international. So, yeah, I think I do think it is a very good plus that he's in the Lakers system with his dad, because this dad already knows his weaknesses. Like, he's not might be broadcasting it out, but he already knows, and he's like, hey, I need y'all to develop him this way. This is what he needs to work on. This way, I feel like if he was in another system of the team, he might reach out to his son and say, hey, you need to reach out. You need to look at this. But he can't really protrude onto the team's development on him, if that makes sense. So I feel like he could have super hands-on. Having JJ Redick, he already probably already saying, hey, this is what my son lacks in. I need you to work on this. But don't give him all your attention. For sure, run a team still. So I like he was with the system. I just don't think his skill set is up there. And I mean, it's a lot of talks that he will be bouncing between in and out the G League to kind of get some game played, because for sure they're not going to play him like starting minutes or anything like that. So it is.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's not like he'll be a developed type of player, if they give him
you'll see the court when it's like they up 25, they down 25. He'll probably like, hey, run about to, jump in real quick. The crowd's going to go crazy. So it's going to be like a heartwarming type of deal this season. If he proves us wrong, this is one of those I really do hope he proves me wrong type of deal, because I don't want to wish the downfall. I'm like, this would be one of the greatest success stories. Well, I don't know success stories, but like for have your son to be also super talented and great and has a long future. But I was saying, 2-3 years, we might not see we might not be looking at Bronny play based off what I'll be seeing. So, but
Damn.
that's yeah. Oh yeah. I've been on this. I have seen him play against the people. Now this was tough because this is also high school, but the Peach Jam stuff. But I'm like, some of the kids that we saw in Peach Jam, I was like, for sure he's going. And then they are getting drafted. They got drafted this year as well. It was one of the guys. I don't know his name. He was his older brother's in the OKC team, Jaden Williams. His younger brothers just went.
Yes.
And
Kobe,
I was like,
Cody.
Yeah, and I was like, when I saw him in the Peach Jam, I was like, you going to the NBA. That's like and for sure I can't say that for everybody, but I don't know how teams will utilize those individuals. But when I first laid eyes on him, even in high school, playing against other high school at that top in the country, I'm like,
right.
The visual test was like, oh my goodness, yes, man, this is crazy. Bronny, I'm like, bro, I see this just going down the street. You look like that's to me. I was like, I don't get that. Like, oh my goodness. I'm like, he dunks this. Okay, his dunks is crazy for 6'1", 6'2", but I see that already. His passing is crazy. I see that. The only thing is his IQ, which he got. I mean, him and his dad, just being around the system, being around NBA players his whole life. That's the only thing I feel like is like, ooh, but I can't. It's a tough one. You can see it in some of the way he's in passing lanes and things like that. But IQ sometimes it's not something that you can see all the time. So it's also a tough evaluator. But that's my piece, man. I do hope, Bronny, I'm super hard on you. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. Still, NBA player.
Figure it out.
Now. So,
right.
But I hope you do prove me wrong, man. Like, this is one of those. I'm like, I say 2-3 years, but I'm saying 2 or 3 years after LeBron's out. So once LeBron's fully retired, that's when Bronny and all that stuff is going to go downhill. Unless Bron is like super involved with a team or has some type of stakeholder with a team, or he trying to buy a team.
Right.
Which that's the only time I'm gonna see like, well, he's gonna try to get his son. He's gonna still keep his son, whatever. But Bryce that guy. I seen that picture about him and both his sons. If that can happen, bro, that gonna be.
Yeah. No, see, okay.
Goat.
That would be crazy. I mean, if he gets both of them in there, and also if he's still playing, which he probably
I feel
could.
like if he, I think he could be there. I think it'll be one of those. Even if he's not, I feel like he just have to come back for like one game.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I can see it. Sign a 10-day. Hey, have LeBron sign a 10-day.
I want saying like just to say, at least for his youngest son, he'd be like, "Hey man, I came out here with you, I'm like 42, 43 at the time. I don't know how old he'll be in that time, but
I think so. Yeah, I think he would be 42. Yeah.
But what you think, man? What do you think of the pickup to your, how can I say, historic Lakers? That's what people don't understand. This is not even like, okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, we've never
going
seen
to the
this.
Lakers. Going to the Lakers, Bronny drafted 55. What are your thoughts, opinions?
Okay. So for me,
how do you feel?
So first off, as a basketball NBA fan my whole life, I think this is awesome. This is a really cool thing, man. Like you said, we never seen this before. You never seen a father and a son play on the same team before. So I'm very interested to see how that dynamic works. Even the funniness of it. Like, does he say, "Hey, Dad, pass me the ball"? Like, or do you say, "Bron"? Like, what do you, certain things like that. But also, like, I don't know. I don't think that he's gonna be that bad, especially for this draft. In this draft, we had a few players who even in the first round averaged like 5-6 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like everybody else is dropping 20 points a game and he the only one that dropped 4 or 5, So this was all the way kind of just like a slower draft. So sure, if there was any time for him to get in, this is the year. Out of the pool that there was,
one thing. If the pool was already like, but he got in the second. That's what I'm saying. He got in the back of the draft.
Sure.
But that's
also,
but
also you got to remember, I was hearing things, and I don't know how true or how not true, but they were saying that Rich Paul, which is the sports agent for all of them, yeah, he was telling teams, do not draft him.
Okay. Yeah.
If you draft him, basically he only gave the Lakers and the Suns the green light to draft him. So even if someone else was like, okay, you know what, maybe we could take him, at such and such, then like he would say, okay, well then we're not going to play for you. We're going to go to Australia. So I could see that being why, but also you're not going to waste a high pick on him. If I'm the Lakers and I know he's going to come to my team, I'm gonna pick up Connect and pick up Dalton Connect first, and make sure I get my player that I really need to play up for us. And then let's gonna do the Bronny thing. Let's do the Bronny thing. Second round with our next pick or whatever. So sure, I know that there could have been someone else that they could have picked up. Got it. But we also have this thing, and we can help develop him. Who else can develop him better? You have his dad. We have our trainers. We have JJ. We have, a lot of different players who can help him at his position. With that being said, he is undersized. Just if I just saw him and didn't know he was Bronny James, he's undersized in this league. I mean, me and him are about the same height. He's a little bit bigger, but for the most part, I know that I'm way too small for the league. But also I know that there are people who are exceptional athletes. And if there is someone who is an exceptional athlete, it's the son of LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? So even if he just has 75% of his dad's athleticism, he'll be fine. But I honestly don't know if him being I don't know how much help he'll be to us, So I think at least immediately. I think he could end up being a good player, especially defensively, man. I really like how he plays on defense. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that's like you don't quite see on a stat sheet, you just gotta be a person who watches basketball games to know. The way he clogs up passing lanes, the way that he really gets in jerseys and will hold you 94 feet, 94 feet. So he's a good defensive player, somebody that you need. And if you have all these other tools around you, you don't need a guy who's going to drop double, triple doubles every night. You just need a sister here. He's a good spot up shooter. He's a good shooter. So if I drive it in, kick it out to you, or you drive, kick it to me, go around the pick, boom. You know what I'm saying? We don't really need you to be LeBron James. We literally have him.
You know what I'm saying? If they can develop him to like a really good point guard, because a lot of people said I think Drew Holiday is a little stretch for him. I don't see him.
They gave him a player compass to
Yeah, but they also somebody was like, I was listening to Chris Broussard on Fox Sports Radio. They was talking about I forgot the guy's name, but he was like, well, I could see him out playing like someone like Gabe Vincent who was on the Lakers. I was like, not immediately. How do you see that? That's why I was like, I don't like they did a comparable because of the height. But I was like, but he's been already developed. So I was like, it'd be different if it's like a year or two from now, and then you saying, hey, he can be able to match up. But to me, I'm like, his shot is not all the way. For the Lakers, Gabe Vincent don't look like what he did with Miami. So people's like, okay, Gabe Vincent just looks trash. But I was like, Gabe Vincent was a huge shooter, a big shooter, closed a lot of games. And then also defensively, I think he is a little bit more of a dog than what Bronny is already now. I think he's a dog. I think Bronny is a dog on defense, but we haven't seen him at the NBA level be a dog. You know what I mean? It's different steps. Like, think about so many of these players that came into the NBA that was like super good at defense, and then they came to the NBA was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't got to do all this. You know what I mean? I'm just going to focus on my offensive game, or like some of that is left. Like, you don't see a lot of super defensive minded people translate all the way to the NBA, because some of them is like, hey, I just got to focus on the offensive side. This is where I'm gonna get my bag at. Or some people is like, hey, I ain't get the offensive battle. I have to focus on my defensive mindset, defensive
right.
stature. So I think with Bronny, I think he's going to try to handle both, being offensive and defensive. And to me, I feel like his defense wasn't as crazy as some of the talent that we saw previous years and stuff like that. For him to say like, I'm gonna be better or the same level when I get to the NBA. And I feel like, I mean,
man, you know what?
I just hope players go at Bronny the same way they went at like Lonzo, those other things.
I'm
even
sure,
though it's kind of actually with his father. I don't want there to be no soft like, oh, that's the Bronx. No, they trying to get
no. He's gonna be food. He's gonna be No, they're gonna make him earn that.
Bron definitely gonna come at you. Don't go crazy, but within reason. You know what I mean? Like, welcome to the league.
He definitely gonna be food.
Because you guys all got sons that aspiring to be NBA players. Like, if you got your son in, you know what I mean? So,
man, get all that. If the Nassus can be on the Bucks. If the Nassus can be on the Bucks, as long as he has a secure contract, and that's all, and everybody knows, everybody who watches basketball knows there's only one reason why he's on that team, right?
Also true.
I don't care. Let Bronny rock, man. Let Bronny rock.
No, I agree. I'm just saying,
I'm all for the nepotism. I'm all for the nepotism, man. I think this is dope. If I was powerful enough, I would just, we all coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, we all gonna be over here.
No, for sure.
Gonna be the Los Angeles Jameses. We're gonna change it from the Lakers. As a matter of fact, my daughter gonna be the first girl to be in the NBA.
Man, I mean, I agree. If you can do, you have the power. Like, this is one of the few times, like, I mean, it's been happened many times. Like, other players have done the same. Other agents has pulled players and say, hey, he don't want to be drafted here. We have a team already selected for him. We don't want you to draft him. It's always been that throughout the league. So for sure, pull your weight. You have the power. Use it. I'm just saying, if Bronny is one to be looked at as somebody who's actually good for his skill set,
legitimate.
I feel
player.
like he has to, because it's different when it's like, because comparison with like Ken Griffey, I was like, it's tough because he used to play on the same team, but his son was as good or even better than his dad. So it's like,
for sure, yeah.
But it's like, it's one of those like, for sure they're on the same team, but it's like, man, y'all are super incredible together. With or without each other.
I'm not comparing. I'm not using that. That's why I'm not mentioning.
Yeah. No, baseball fan. I know. I'm just saying
baseball fan, not the same. Only thing the same.
But that's why I'm just trying to get people to get. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get people. The Nassus is a little different because the Nassus artists, like, I know I was gonna be able to get on a team. Like, and Giannis, well, I don't know if he thinks that way, but we see it. Giannis is like, this is the only way I can know for sure I can get my brother on the team on the NBA roster. So this is the level. Like, Bronny, I feels like he could still have been able to make the NBA with or without his dad. I think he believes that. I don't see that, but that's why I'm like, and I think he's going to be out there to prove that, which he should.
Right.
The Nats is not trying to prove anything out there. Like, even if I get on the team, like, you got certain
might
people.
Have to go back to Summer League. Might have to go back to Summer League.
Power,
we might have to. Yeah. Might have to go to Vegas, man.
Vegas?
I think they have a few different ones. They have one in Salt Lake. But I want to go to the Vegas one. We might have to, for real, go check this out because,
they want it. That's next month.
It'll be fun. Shoot, let me check.
You'll say, if you go, I might have to make some. I posted on my IG. If you're not following JC2+, that I'm definitely gonna be going to a basketball game to see the Lakers. I have never seen the Lakers play. I never seen Bron play live. So, and then I definitely want to see history in the making, whether Bron is on the bench or sitting or whatever. But I want to either go to a Hawks game, Charlotte game. It's a stretch, but if I can try to get to a Miami game and watch them play Miami, that would be crazy as well.
Oh, shoot. Well, I don't know about going now. Plus, it's in like 2 weeks.
It better be crazy. They
really don't be, man. It's like a whole day pass thing, man. I'm telling you.
What about the Wemby one? I thought the Wemby one was like.
It was up.
No, I don't know about prices, just being packed. How about that? I don't know how much it costs.
Yeah, see, they about to start California. California starts 2 weeks. That's Summer League, and then they'll be July 8th through the 10th. They'll be in Salt Lake.
And they got the Olympics this year too. It's crazy.
And then July 12th through the 22nd, they'll be in Vegas. And so that's like 2 weeks of games. I don't know. I mean,
but if y'all want, you should come.
Yeah.
To Atlanta to see your Lakers, Bronny, and the Hawks play. I'm telling you, that would be a move, bro.
You know what? And see, and the funny thing is,
like you see, it's a win-win. Yeah. You see your team, you get to see you get to see Georgia. I'm not sure if you've been to Atlanta before. See the city.
I was like 4.
So you ain't been. So let's go ahead and
yeah. You know what? And the funny thing is, so some of my other cousins. So that was another cool thing about like the funeral and stuff, and seeing all your cousins come back and all that. And we've been in touch a whole lot more. I already told you I got like a lot of my cousins, Maddie, Natalia, all Fauntleroy, last name Fauntleroy like me, but like Maddie, Natalia, David,
hey, these direct
like they're all.
He said,
yeah, real cut. You know, they all live down there. They keep back. Yeah, you gotta come back. You gotta. They keep, so shoot, that could be something. That could be a reason to go.
Multiple reasons,
right? And
that's history.
They down there
watching history.
Yeah, so, you know what?
I'm definitely going to a game for sure. I got to.
Oh, we definitely. I was looking at OKC Laker tickets because that's down the road, or maybe even Denver. Go back up there, but I don't even know where to.
Yeah, OKC.
I think the Hawks might be the best price. I think it might be a little bit lower price. No. Never mind.
Hawks is tough.
Atlanta's still Atlanta, even if the team sucks.
I'm about to say because when he that last
Atlanta,
year, he came around December for his. I think he played on his birthday, which is also crazy. And he went crazy for the Hawks. On the Hawks, and the price was up there. The Charlotte one might be the cheaper one, but I'm also looking at. It's crazy because I feel like the Hawks and the Charlotte game, they have potential where the Lakers can blow them out, basically. So we can actually see Bronny get some play time as well if they play him like that. They might play him with just like, hey, 0-0 on the clock, just 0-0 on the scoreboard and just rock out and we see what you got. I don't see him doing that. Well, they could have. But I see those are two potential teams where he can blow. They can blow him out. Because, and I feel like, if they lose big, I feel like they'll throw him out there as well. So, but OKC, I feel like it'd be a tight game right there. So, with the challenge they got.
That's true. Yeah, I have to check the schedule to see.
It's
when they
a good
play.
Game. So, yeah, I got to look.
Either way,
I don't know if they released it yet. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going for sure. This is going to be the year. I was going to try to go last year. Go to a Lakers game somewhere regional. I can watch them. I also thought about going down to Orlando, which is not. It's maybe like a 7-hour drive from here, so it was not terrible. I've done it multiple times, but you also got other things to do in Orlando.
Right. That's not too bad. That's the same amount of time that we took going to Denver.
Yeah,
that drive. So,
but for sure. And then of course
I had to catch that
Miami game. So, which I didn't talk about. Right. We did get a center finally.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, y'all did get that. So
his name is
7-footer.
It's so crazy. I don't even know. They said 7 foot. Then Miami Heat page got him 7 feet, 7'1". The draft night they got him at 6'11" and a half. I was like, what do you guys like? It's close enough. But I'm like, is he 7'1"? 7'1" is crazy. But I don't think he's 7'1". I think he's 6'11", 6'7" feet. But can shoot. Bro, look like he's aggressive. Bro, at first I thought it was so it's pronounced Khalil, but I thought it was like Kal-El, like the Superman.
Yeah.
And then on his IG, because hey, what he got going on. Soon as you get picked, I was like, okay, what you mind?
I did that with Dalton. I follow Dalton Connect now.
Right. He has Kryptonian on his in his bio. So I thought it was pronounced Kal-El at first because of that.
Dang.
And I was
He's like close enough.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's a good pickup, especially if we couldn't get Zach Edey. I think Zach Edey is not as mobile or athletic. Like he's just using his height more like a.
And he big. He's like
type.
bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Edey like 7'3", 7'4".
But I mean, like even like his like stocky, like he's like thicker already.
Oh yeah. I think we definitely gonna build him up. I mean, whatever he is now, he probably gonna get like twice as he about to get swole up in there. Well, it depends on his body style. I mean, body type. Cause people say he can get swole, but I would say some people body just that's how it is. Like Wemby, he might get some definition, but that's his body style, his type. Like KD,
see him thickening out a little bit, man. Like I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm so glad we picked him up. Hopefully they play him. Miami's notorious for not playing rookies. So we'll see if they draft him, but let's see if they actually play him. That would be crazy because Bam is starting to shoot the three a little bit more. I'm not saying he's gonna be good at it. He's still shooting, but we also have a big man who's aggressive on the glass, defensive, and hopefully they allow him to rock out and shoot. I saw a comment that said they need to get Chris Bosh in the Miami Heat building to kind of take him over on his wing. I was like, for sure. Chris Bosh, I know you got like 5 kids, but come in a
come on.
Just come in and just check with him, like, because he was one of the
3 hours a day type situation.
Big aggressive big man, but also shot the ball really decently as well. So, but I'm pretty glad about that pickup. And then we picked up another person in the second round. He got drafted with they traded him from the Hawks. So we'll see how that goes as well. And of course, Miami notoriously have picked up a lot of two-way and undrafted players as well, which we will turn them into a superstar for one season. They'll get a contract somewhere else.
That's real.
And they won't look as good on other teams. So that seems to be.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like my theme is Dalton Knecht is going to come there. He's going to be somewhat okay of a player, and then he's going to get traded to, I don't know, Indiana and become like the next super crazy star and get a ring. Man. And he'll get a ring for Indiana in 4 years. He'll be like, how was he like this on the Lakers? Like, so.
Right.
Because that's what's happened to all our players. Speaking of our players, well, I guess it's not, but it made me think of Brandon Ingram. It made me think of Brandon Ingram when I said that. But they just acquired why am I blanking? DeJounte Murray. The Hawks. Or no, not the Hawks. The Pelicans just acquired DeJounte Murray.
Yeah. That's gonna be a nice pair up. That's a nice pair up.
But it really made me think, like, are they going to get rid of him? Because there's still going to be a lot more trades, a lot more signings, a lot more getting waived, a lot more business deals going on, and I saw they showed a video of, like, right after that trade happened, it looked like Trae Young was on the phone with somebody, like, so then that made me think. Remember you said they was thinking about getting Trae Young to go to the Spurs. Now it's like, now they can't get rid of Trae Young, or they can't try to trade him away. He's kind of on that team now.
Right. Unless they trying to get some.
Because you can't get rid of both of them, right?
Unless they're trying to rebuild right now and use Trae Young and be like, hey, we could get a whole bunch of picks. We can probably get another star player. Not a star player, but another, like, impact player. I'm going to use that. Impact player to kind of pair with, or like an older. I'll try to get an older point guard to help our big man develop, but also get picks along with that, and then get Trae Young off the books, because it's like Trae Young is nice to have for the Hawks, but he's not generating enough wins and things for the team. So it's like it's nice to have fans come and see a talent. I mean, still trying to get those tickets and sales and stuff in as well. Like, hey, but he's not generating wins and stuff like that. Or I don't know. So I would try to use that as a trade bait piece and get an older point guard and then a whole bunch of picks and rebuild once again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No,
Dang, I
Man,
like Murray.
yeah,
I wish Murray was picked up by Miami. Miami got to make some moves too. I was like, you guys can't stay.
I feel like they're barely doing much. They've been barely
I was
doing
like,
anything, man.
Come on, we have to make. I mean, it was a whole bunch of scare this offseason about Jimmy Butler might be leaving, which he hasn't signed an extension, so he may leave next season. They was talking about next offseason. So I was like, I just don't. We got to capitalize right now. Like I said, we have the center. I don't know. A rookie center is always tough. It's not gonna be like as impactful, maybe like Derek Lively was with the Mavs. Like we don't know what his potential would be. Like Derek Lively was crazy rookie year, going all the way to the finals. But we got to pick. I mean, I would love to have like a Donovan Mitchell. That's like one of my top ones. I would love to have a Donovan Mitchell. I would like to get up Tyler Hero. Shout out to your dad.
You don't want him no more?
But no. Every year. Injury. When he does, he's I think a top scoring person on our team. He does get the points, but when he came back, I mean, I don't need you 30 points in a loss. Like I really get 15 points and we win. Like that's how I see it. So to me, he get lots of points, but we don't be winning when he's with us and he doesn't run the point very well for us. He's definitely a scorer for us. So it's like it'd be different if we get off him, especially with us having Terry Rozier. We have another scorer type person, scorer mindset. So go ahead and get off of him. Yeah, when he's healthy as well. But Tyler Hero, I mean, every year, bro. I'm sorry, you have had an injury later in the year, especially during the playoffs. Yeah. So I was like, I can't. Even though Jimmy's the same way, but at least Jimmy, we know what he can bring on playoff time as well. So, but
thanks.
That's a little recap of my team, man. Hopefully, we can make something. One thing I did want to bring up was the Knicks Nova boys.
So, yeah, man, that was
all
tight.
of them got drafted.
Yes.
Mikal Bridges was the last piece of that Villanova days. He got traded to the Knicks for like, what was the guy's name? Somebody I can't think of, and a whole bunch of picks.
Right. Hella picks.
And I was like
5 or 6 first round picks, and then a couple.
I don't know if his value was worth that, but to make it a nice, sweet story, the power of friendship, it looks nice. But we'll see. I mean, I do like the Knicks team, especially them re-signing OG Anunoby. I think they keeping the door open for Randall, bro. I feel like if it don't work out halfway, say, hey, we can get off Randall. Randall's still gonna be a good trade piece for a lot of people, but we don't have to move on, especially with how they have some success without him in the playoffs as well, like going two rounds. So I think they have proven that he's not as impactful. At least last season. Maybe this would be different, but I feel like they have opened a window where it could like, hey, we are fine with letting go, choose Randall. Which I don't know where he'll go, but I think the Knicks look decent, bro. They might
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I'm not too mad at that. I think that was a good pickup. I think also knowing how chemistry is important. I think chemistry is like the most important part of basketball. I don't care how good you guys are. We've seen all the big names crash and burn when there's no chemistry there. Whether it's those old Lakers, whether it's the Suns of late, they keep throwing all these big names together and not much happens with it. With knowing how good these guys are, as friends, as teammates, they've been teammates for all these years, of course, they had their time apart, of course, but I think this kind of falls right in line, man. So we'll see. The Knicks, like you said, the Knicks were already a really good team, way better than what we were used to seeing in previous years. So adding this, I think maybe they'll make something work with because of how Thibodeau play or runs the teams. I am a little worried because he damn near runs players into the ground. Yeah. And Mikal Bridges is basically the Iron Man. We know that he's a player that plays every single game and has played every single game since he's been in the league. So he has like this crazy streak going on right now. But with wear and tear and how that works on the body, and how Thibodeau will play you 48 minutes in the 7th game of the season, like it matters,
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Yeah, he can't run them
we'll
ragged.
see.
Yeah.
Who's going to break first, or how healthy can you stay? Or with having all these key players, will he actually work on having better rotations? At least early on, man. I get it. I get it somewhat in the playoffs. God, yeah, we just gonna run a 7-8 man rotation.
Yeah.
Other than that, hey, y'all, enjoy y'all ride. The rest of y'all, enjoy y'all ride sitting there, because I get it. I get it for the playoffs, but the way he even does that in like middle of the season, against the Hornets or something, is crazy to me.
Yeah, don't even play his young rookies and stuff like that. Like, he don't play any young players either. I'm like, run them to the ground and then save your top dogs when it really counts.
And the thing is, I've always had a problem with him, even way back with Derrick Rose. I may have said on the show, I got a bad memory, but he was the same coach, which I blame Derrick Rose's original injury on him. Like, if you go back and you watch that game that he got injured against the Sixers, I believe, it was in the playoffs, game 1 of the playoffs in 2011, 2012, maybe. They were up like 14, 15 points. Derrick Rose has been going off. And I think there was like 3-4 minutes left in the game. Sit him. You still had 2 other point guards that were really good that could still help keep it going, and get him ready. Overuse injuries are a real thing. So when he got injured coming off a dunk and landing with nobody underneath him, non-contact injury ruined his knees.
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
yeah, and that's at a time where like 14-15, you really won the game in the fourth quarter. Like, now, you got to be up for like almost 30 to do that. But back then, 2 years ago, like 14,
they
15,
weren't shooting
you was
at
good.
the high clip.
That was you was in a good position to say, hey, bring the whole bench out type of deal. So yeah, it's
right.
But hopefully not, man. I mean, like, the Knicks will look pretty good, like, because we saw like Josh Hart, play all those minutes. You got Brunson got hurt in the playoffs. The people contribute that to maybe how he's been running as well. So he have to manage it well. That's part of being a coach as well. It's like, yes, you're trying to win games and stuff like that, but I was like, you also want to be more successful down the line, especially in the playoffs. So definitely, I mean, you gotta take that in consideration. But I think the Knicks have a good chance, man, to at least make it out of the East. Since the Celtics, I have to say this one, I have to root for somebody else now. I mean, I haven't root for the Celtics ever, but it's like, I'm a huge Miami Heat fan, but now I just want anybody in the East to win it out this upcoming season. Like, that's how I'm feeling now. I was like, I can't see the Celtics go back to the finals. Win or lose, I don't see them go back. I damn sure don't want to see them win. So,
right.
If I see a win, man, I might have to take a whole break. Like, we're gonna have to talk about, which people won't probably want to hear more about, is anime, movies, whatever. We're gonna have to go full on if they win another one. It's crazy though. I need them to go another 15 year without.
Yeah. Take it off.
Yeah, y'all gonna be the 08 Celtics. Now y'all have y'all 24 Celtics championship, and then we don't see you guys until whenever.
2048. So 2048, man. Yeah, man. Speaking of talking about other stuff, man, we're switching gears. I know you've been watching. I've been watching. Y'all, listen. I know some people done checked out, but I have not. Of the Power series, I watch all of everything. The Raising Canaans, the Forest, all of it. So right now, Ghost is going on, which is chapter 2 with Tariq. Now, if y'all haven't watched it, tune in, man. I don't care how ridiculous it gets. We haven't talked about this season so far. So yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't, but
Yeah.
Whatever, y'all. Check it out. Or if you have, man, let us know what you think so far about season 3, or how crazy our takes are about to be. But anyways, man. So are you up to date?
Yes, I think I don't know. Did it come out on Sunday or Fridays? Because
I think it's like a Friday.
I thought it was
like
Sundays. Friday. So I haven't seen this last Fridays.
Right.
So hoping nothing crazy. It's like crazy already went down. Every episode, it's been like a whole bunch, but I saw
right.
last.
So you tell me what's the last thing you saw, and then we'll talk about that. I'm trying to remember how that ended.
I'm trying to remember
Obi. You saw Obi die, right?
Yes. Okay. I forgot the boss had stabbed him or whatever.
Yeah. Stabbed him in the throat.
Yeah, so I think that was it. I think that was probably the last episode I saw him, and then
basically, we're starting off the season. We'll go all the way back there. So starting off this new season 4.
So much going on with the show.
It starts off immediately after the end of last season, where drug deal go wrong, of course, double cross, triple cross, all these different things. And the main characters, Tariq and his boy Brayden, they get set up. He was about to get killed, but Tariq helps Obi get his what's it called? I'm gonna get his green card. So he was like, "Yo, because of that, I'm gonna give you a little tip. Hey, be careful right here, or hey, it's a setup. Have a back way out, or whatever." And so there's that. But he didn't. Nobody told on him. But with him getting picked up by the police, by the detective, new character alert. Michael Ealy. Michael Ealy's a detective, new character this season.
Yep.
Man. So even sometimes, man, I feel like
his role though. I like his role though.
Yeah. He's almost too they made him have like a no hairline. They gotta look at rough.
Scruffy, yeah. I do wish it was another person though that played it. I'm so tired of seeing Michael Ealy on like these type of like he always played like a revengeful person, revengeful husband, man, something like that. I'm like
a guy that's just
hell bent on something, whether it's cops, whatever. I was like,
because I think he probably was like, I don't want to just look like a heartthrob dude all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be the light skinned dude with the green eyes. Let me show. But
that was so long ago though. He do so many of these movies. I was like,
I think it's almost like Halle Berry. Like Halle Berry. Yes, she's Halle Berry. Ooh, yeah, okay. But as of like the past, 15? She ain't done no I'm a sexy person roles. All her stuff has been like action movie, so she tried to shift her image to like, I'm a action star. I can fight sequence, throw the dogs at you, all these different things that she, even she got a new movie on Netflix right now. So I think that's like them trying to be like, I don't want to just be heartthrob person, so I can show like different aspects of it. Don't pinhole me in this one. I'd rather you pinhole me in this, like in this. But so yeah, with that, man, it's been crazy. Also, okay, so first episode, I'm gonna go back to the first episode. As a person who shoots guns, as a person who used to be SWAT team tactics and this and that, all this stuff in the Navy. First off, how do these two college kids? I get that sometimes they use guns. The way they pulled up on them on that elite security team at the hangar, I'm like, yo, when did y'all get these? When did y'all get these
automatics? With the automatics,
the way it was good technique. But I'm like, it was good technique when they like sent the car out with the thing on the gas pedal. So they were like, oh, there's somebody in that car to throw them off. And the way they came up, coming in,
I said,
where they moved. I'm like, when did they learn this?
See, I watched that with my mom as well. I was like, how are they doing it like this? Because since they kept the same timeline, it's not like they bumped 4 years or whatever. So they still kept in the same timeline. They still like
it's the next day.
Now.
So the next day.
But I was like, the whole time they've been at college, I was like, so
yeah.
Tariq just killed like just one person. He was scared to even pull the trigger on one person. Now, a semester later, he is just like black ops and whatever. So I'm like,
and Braden
ain't never. He ain't never.
Braden was always scared to pull it, and then Tariq is like, oh, I got it, because he started like, I'm just taking people out. Ever since he killed his dad, he was just like,
no amount of Call of Duty will train you for this. So I was like, I don't know what they was. I don't know. That scene was. I feel like they should have did to make it more realistic. They should have just had the automatic, but just had it spray, just go like this and then run away, because that would be more realistic than them taking out like a whole train team.
They walked up. Like the shots were calculated, and I was like, that was really good shoot. Like that was a really good shooting scene. But how they know that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was anybody, if it was Ghost and Tommy doing that, I'd be like, sure, because we had to give them the benefit of the doubt. We had to give them the benefit of the doubt because when we first met them, it was early on. You could tell that they knew how to fight, they knew how to shoot. So we already knew that they knew that. But with these dudes, especially Braden, bro, y'all kids, bro. Y'all like 20 years, like 18, 19 years old, bro. Like this don't make no sense.
Both of them. So like they ain't never privileged. Yeah.
Come on, man. Even if, yes, I know how to point and shoot a gun. I've been getting shooting practice. Those tactics, the way I saw them switch. Boom, boom.
Yeah, they was. I'm like,
y'all, I had to learn that, bro. Like, come on, man. I went to combat school to learn what they did. I went to 2 combat schools and learned what they did. Some privileged little kids from an Ivy League school.
Hey.
But they was going when you lowered the barrel so you didn't muzzle your teammate. I'm like, bro, how you know that? How you know that, bro? Like, it's like, yeah. I was like, you know what? I'll let you guys have that. That was a good scene, I guess.
It was cold,
and so like, yeah, I would let it slide if what's his name did it, Kane. If Kane and like one of his friends or whatever move like that, I'd be like,
I would as well. Yeah,
I'll let you get that off. I don't fully believe it, but I'll let you get that off. Them, heck nah. But yeah, overall, and then so shoot, yeah, you gotta hurry up. We'll talk more about this next week.
I see. I have to keep what you call it. I mean, I'm up to date. This is the last week.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just because of this episode,
crazy. It's so crazy. I have to be like, and this season, like every episode's been hitting pretty good. So it's like you have to keep up with everything. Monet back in the picture, which I was like, I knew it, but I'm like, I kind of always.
Is she limping around? She's still kind of struggling. Yeah.
I wish they fell back on her role. I would like to see the kids kind of take over and do a little bit more. I like her role to be less in this season going in, but now, I mean, her daughter. I mean, they found out the daughter. She found out about the daughter.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. So that's where you left off. Yeah. So right at the end of the episode that you saw, it was right when her and Drew had to get up from the table and run.
Yep.
He's sitting there like, my mama, like, basically was about to try to shoot his own siblings.
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Dynamic that dynamic overall is so crazy because Monet was trying to get everything to Drew at one point in time because he thought he was a more responsible person. Kane has been the most loyal to Monet. He didn't want to go back on anything that they did. So he's been like, hey, I should be doing number one, dog. I've done the most treacherous stuff. You guys put me through the most stuff, whatever. And you just gonna hand it over to Drew.
Right.
And
like,
now
I ain't
look
stacking up bodies for y'all. Yeah.
Drew and I've got the girl name, but
Diana
and Diana are the ones setting you up. And I've been the one here holding you down this whole time, but you didn't trust me because I was impulsive. So I was like, which I mean, it's fair.
But you train me this way. You train me to be a hitter. Like, boom, let's go.
Yeah, they seen the flashbacks with her when she was like, "Hey, you didn't see nothing as a kid." I was like, I thought this was like more of a teenage. I'm like, Monet, you have damaged these kids since the age of 4. Like, this is crazy. Oh, yeah. I thought, at least from just piecing it together, like, hey, she has involved them since an early age. I'm thinking like 13, 14.
Teenagers,
She's young. But the way I'm like,
Or
been going on
they
forever.
was dang near babies, 5 going to kindergarten and stuff. Yeah.
Asking, what did you see? I didn't see nothing. I was like,
man, it gets even worse than that. Like, so there's more flashbacks. Wow. There's more flashbacks so I think there's more to it. And you seeing how crazy or how much she just like teaches them to kind of be heartless about stuff and how they got to wrestle with that. You know, then there's this episode coming. There's pregnancies. You know, is Diana's pregnant and
saw that.
Try to figure out who's and what's and all that. And I think, man, and that's why I was saying, I think somebody lying. Just to get out of getting killed. That's all I'm gonna leave you with. But yeah, so man, look, we're gonna have power reviews, all right? And I know there's people that's watching, so if y'all want to come on and discuss it more with us, let's talk about this part. But yeah, I'm all for it, man. Some of it is a little wild. Yeah. So it comes out like Thursday at 11.
Okay.
Or for you, it's Thursday at midnight.
Okay. I'll make sure I at least watch the Friday so I can we chop it up. So I want to make sure we on the same episode going forward into it. Plus we fresh because it'll be a fresh it'll be end of the week, and of course we record on Sunday, so it'll be a fresh recap. Because it's kind of tough, as you know, trying to rewind what you saw and it's like
trying to think all the way back.
Since you were ahead one episode, you trying to piece in like, well, it's my boy. I ain't really trying to spoil it because I am gonna watch it, so it's kind of tough.
Right. But for y'all, listen, we gonna spoil.
Oh yeah. I mean, sorry. I mean, we're not trying to spoil it within each other, but with you guys,
y'all gotta watch it. Make sure y'all watch it too. Yeah. Make sure y'all watch it too.
Go watch it. I mean, we ain't give up. We ain't give up crazy. I don't think, but yeah. Definitely watch too much. And then also the other show, bro. Have you been watching The Boys?
Oh, for sure. The Boys, yes, man. Y'all know that's my man. Yeah. So this season is.
I don't know, man. I've been falling off, bro. It's a little too much, bro. It's a little too much, man. It's always been a lot. Even in the college. But this one,
I've been hearing a lot of people talk about. Man. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about. Like I've seen what people been complaining about. I don't care. Like, okay. So what I'm gonna lock more into is the evolution of them showing how much worse a person with Homelander's skills and powers. How much worse can it get? And would there be a way to stop something like that? Because, with my favorite superhero being a Superman, it's like I grew up seeing that power, but also Superman has a weakness, the kryptonite or whatever. As of now, Homelander doesn't have one, and
his ego is probably the weakness. His only weakness.
His ego and his the fact that he's so driven by the power and he's not like in it for being a good human or a good person. So it's like Superman also just wants to be good. He just wants to be a good guy, right?
It's the morality of things.
So now it's the what if the morality scale was on this side now? You know what I'm saying? So now you got that, and how do we stop that? How do we also now you adding in the world's smartest girl with the new black chick,
bro? That one
stage.
I don't know. I
so calculated. You never know what she fully knows and what she's.
I thought she was gonna. At least I don't know what is her angle though. That's the only thing I'm not trying to figure out. Is she like really trying to help Homelander, or is she's like, I'm trying to do this to a detriment to him, but it's actually helping the world in the end? I don't know what.
Right, or is she so smart she realizes that like, all right. So I used to tell Matt this all the time. Sometimes you're looking here for the problem when it's really way up here.
Yes.
Even when we get into like our political talks or our black talk, whatever, I'll be like, bro, you're looking too small. You're looking too small right now. In theory, yes, here. But you're not realizing that way up here is the problem. And so I think that what if she doesn't even care about the people or doesn't even care about, or what if she just wants to see
what she wants to just see?
Yeah, see a theory play out, or see like a big historic moment like ancient Rome collapse or like ancient whatever collapse. She wants to see the collapse of a disruptive or a horrible empire in a sense of America or the world as we know it today. Let's see a collapse of this system. So how do I collapse this system? I'm gonna mess with him over here, mess with him over here, mess with her right here. And I want to see how I can get these events. I don't even care what happens. I just want to see the collapse of this system. And she don't care about left, right, up, down, whatever, R3. Like she's just, I want to see the collapse of this. And so she's the most dangerous.
Yeah, it is crazy, man. And then it's also some of the things I'm like, how they have kept some of these characters alive with Homelander. Like Homelander is so impulsive. I'm like, how is he even like some of the characters?
So he should have just zapped. He should have just
I'm like, how is he even still? If he's like, okay, you're my way, boom, you're done. Let's go on next person. That's what I'm saying. I know it's plot, but I'm like, for sure he could have
plot armor for sure.
Yeah, but man, I've been this season. I mean, I think it's all right compared to the other ones, but they have definitely leaned on to showing the psychopathic version of Homelander. I think that's been he going back looking at how he grew up, what was done to him. That stuff was crazy. That was crazy.
But I think it was supposed to be though. Like I think that we had to see it look like that. We had to see him be like, nah, jerk off right now.
That was wild, bro.
Or else, or I'm gonna laser your dick off.
that was wild. But I think also with it being like rated R, I was like, if they showed this scene, this would be crazy. I'm so glad they did not pan the camera down. That would have been. It's just personally, some stuff I want to see. Like that's it. Some of the graphics.
It's like, look, we've seen some dicks already. We've seen some dicks. We can go without seeing his.
Yeah. Even with the guy who can split himself, I was like, why we got to see all this all the time? I feel like they did free reign and just wild. Like they just go crazy with it. But I think it's also one thing. Hopefully, they'll lean into more. I think I haven't seen episode 5, but
I'm gonna name that
son aspect. His son aspect. It's like that's the only one I'm like trying to see like where that goes because he's trying to force him to be like him. But then he was like, "Well, now you're taking too much of my shine, especially with that commercial." I'm sure he saw that. So I was like,
"Yeah,
how you gonna have him practice?" And then he saw like, "Oh, and that's why I was like the." Sister Sage, where she's kind of coming in like, because she was like, well, we need to have him his own identity, be the chosen one type of deal. And when he started hearing that, he's like, no way, I need to be the savior. I'm the one.
We can do a father-son thing. If you want father-son, sure.
Right, it ain't gonna be just you by yourself. So he came over there, and then the kid, he was like, just push me. He pushed him and killed the dude, and I was like.
Because he pushed him too hard.
This is what I'm saying. Because I'm like, is it gonna be like his son gonna be pushed to the limit where he's gonna be like, I gotta be like my dad, or it's gonna be more of like the Invincible, where like I have to be strong enough to beat my dad, basically.
Right.
I don't know what route they'll take, which is gonna be crazy. I mean, because the son's already super strong already, so of course, but it's like, are you at that level to compete with your? Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know how the boys is gonna like if they're gonna keep going or they're gonna be like time skip. I don't know how they're going.
I'm definitely gonna get the. So I already started getting the Invincible comics, but I'm definitely about to get the boys comics. I got to see like how they take it, like how they because one thing I noticed even from like I'm starting to read the Invincible one, they kind of change up a lot of different things in there.
Yeah, of course.
And so now I got to see what do they do with that? Like, so I think it's kind of like they're trying to get the kid away from Homelander just to be like, just so because they keep trying to find like viruses and stuff to stop him, but I think the only way to stop him is with the sun.
Yeah.
But will the son want to? Will he go evil or will he go good? You know, and you keep seeing the son look like he's having like
good,
moral dilemmas. You keep having like moral dilemmas where he's like, nah, that wasn't right. Like, I'm trying to
because he also seen his
mom.
That's also tough because Homelander don't have the same thing because his parents, wasn't involved. So at least with the kid having his mom and see what happened with her, and you see I forgot the other guy.
And how nice Butcher.
Yeah, Butcher. You've seen that aspect, so I feel like he will always have that like, man, this is wrong. I know it's wrong. So I think that conflict with him internally, I think that will be something that will make him turn on the opposite side, and then especially seeing his dad seeing that his dad is taking over what they want him to be. It's like, well, this ain't even about father son. This is really just about you, your ego, what you want the world to see you as, what you want to be portrayed as. I feel that's gonna be a lot of what he sees and be like, this ain't for me. I can't do this anymore. So, which is gonna be tough because his dad could be like,
"But I can stop you." Yeah, but then you'll see him like shoot it away or something. He'd be like, "Oh, dang, okay," and that might drive him even crazy. One thing that I also kind of noticed is how Homelander never takes off his suit. And it's like, is that too like, yo, you never come out of that character? That's the only side that you know. Also, I think it's stuffed. Like, I think they have it padded. Like, he does, like the actor isn't that big. But also, I think they also do that on purpose. Like, I think also Homelander's suit is stuffed.
Right, because he also don't want to be called his actual name when he went back to the
John, yeah. It's just Homelander. Yeah.
He's like, it's just Homelander now. It's like, ooh. Because John puts him at a more vulnerable state. They was doing tests on him. So to me, it's like, when you call me John, that means you calling me weaker than what I am now.
Or you think I'm equal to you. Ooh, remember, humans are just toys, like he said.
Right.
Humans are just toys you play with.
Bro, that is crazy. How you trying to teach your son? Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah. That's almost like white supremacy, but like it's just like super supremacy. I don't know, like even more supreme than
But I mean, A-Train is also trying to see, like, he's battling with, for sure I see this is something wrong. We see more aspect of him and his family now, and now he's trying to help out with Huey and Butcher and that team and Starlight. So it's like now we're starting to see him like, which I think he always had some type of morality issues already going on. Battling back and forth, but now he's
so black. Because he's also black, so he's seeing like them talk bad about black people. It's like, well, okay, yes, I'm a suit, but I'm black still. Like y'all can't, you know what I'm saying?
That's my family, yeah, for sure. So you see him battling with that, which is
even with that dumbass movie.
I was like, he definitely get caught. I'm like, bro, you are back and forth all the time. Like he's super quick, but it's like super fast, but it's like you always like, I don't know. He a little too messy for me to be super fast. You know what I mean? Like we always see where you're going. We always know something's going on. You always do something behind the scenes. Like it's getting to that point. So, bro. The Boys, it has so many different dynamics that I really didn't think of seeing from the first season. The first season I thought it was gonna be like, not knowing the comics and all that kind of stuff, I just thought it was like just pure gore, no plot to it. Just like evil Superman meets evil Justice League, and that's how it is. That's how I saw it, and that's why I was like, but this, it's so many different. We just discussed so many different dynamics, different storylines and plots. It's really, I'm wanting to see how it kind of all plays out. So, man, it's crazy,
and also how they're playing the political, angles with a lot of the things.
And,
forcing you to look at your own moralities, and so it's. We're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna talk more about both of those next week. For sure. Man, shoutouts. What you got?
Yes, sir. We didn't really get to talk too much about it. If you guys want to know, hit me up on JC2 or Match My Energy on IG. But it's me going to San Francisco. This past couple 3 weeks. I went for work conferences for data and AI summit. A lot of different companies, a lot of big companies, man, 70,000 plus. It was eye-opening of what companies are working on doing. I was like taking notes. I'm like, hey, this company is cool. This company is cool. Like, it's so much, bro. So we all met there in San Francisco.
I forgot to ask,
yeah, man. San Francisco's vibe too. It's a goodness. It's a place I definitely had to go visit. Fun fact, I was also born in San Francisco. A lot of people was asking me about that. So I was born there. My dad military, so I was there. I don't know how long I was there, but definitely less than a year there. And then of course moved out. But first time going back in over, 29 years, so 28 years. So I've been trying to I was thinking about doing it for my 30th. So I was like, that's also got that, free with the company going and traveling there, but did some traveling, all that. To get to my shout out is definitely going to be, I went to, of course, shopping, looking around. It's a sneaker store out there. Not, like I said, I've been falling back on sneakers, even though you got the sneakers in camera today, in the background, but it's a place called, Soul and Laces. I saw, and they had a whole bunch of collection right there. And then they put me on this local designer called Basic. It's BAYSIQ. And then also Daniel Liu. They are either local to San Francisco or California. I'm not particularly sure, but
because Basic. I see what they did there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was slick. But I got a pink hoodie with LeBron, like a Chanel patch on it. It was crazy dope. And then a super dope hat that had San Francisco and Bay Area emblem on it. It's super dope, man. So shout out to both of them. They was, I forgot the guys that was helping me out, but it was super dope, super cool. So of course I followed them. I'll tag in all that. But man, we definitely need to chop it up because San Francisco is, if it wasn't so dang expensive, it's so far from my family. Right. It would definitely have been like a future settled type place for myself. But it's like, high of 68 every day. It was cool at night because of the water right there, but so different variety. A lot of variety of people. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of homelessness. But
Let's say San Francisco and Oakland. Yeah,
a lot of Lyft drivers. And it was like, man, homelessness here is like ghosts almost. Like you walking next to a ghost. Like if you don't interact with them, they don't say anything of type of deal. And he says San Francisco without the homeless people. Like I've been here 20, 30 years and it's always been this way. It's kind of like we stayed in what's called Union Square. It's like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all this. And you see like homeless people like right outside of the door, just like sleeping. And security's like, hey, can you move over here? And they got security at everything. Target's locked up, everything, deodorant, everything's locked up. It's like that bad. So, but I ain't had no issues out there. It was cool. I need to shout out the other guy. I follow him. I forgot his name. One of my Lyft drivers. He was from Oakland. I was like, anything to do with San Francisco? Man, I don't know, man. I can't speak California. I can't do the accent, but he had a West Coast accent for sure. He said, I don't know, man. I'm from Oakland. I just drive over here because this is where all the rides be and stuff like that. And I was like, should I go visit Oakland? Hell no, ain't nothing to do in Oakland. You don't need to come out here. I was like, but I ain't say I ain't gonna walk around. I was like, I just want to say I've been to Oakland, so I just drive around, see something, still stay in the Lyft and just, go somewhere and come back. He said, ain't shit to see. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? He was like, yeah, you know how to conduct yourself and know how to move a certain way, but you just don't need to go. And I was like, okay then. But
don't worry about it.
He was super dope as well. I can't do the accent, bro. I cannot mimic it, but he was super chill. He's like, man, it ain't nothing to do with that. You really don't need to go. And he was the one driving me to see the Golden Gate Bridge that day. That was when I was like touristing and everything, all the tourist stuff I was doing that day. Like, I'm gonna go to here. He said, you gonna go Golden Gate Bridge? It's all these other things. I was like, yeah, but for sure I gotta see this first. He said, yeah, but after this, you need to go this, and this. It's a good brunch spot here. It's a good club here. It's a good thing here. If you want to drink, stuff like that. I said, I don't drink. You don't drink, you don't smoke. What the hell you do? I mean, he's like, he was going through it. This was a 7-minute drive, bro. We talked about, that's what I said. I had reached out to him on IG and everything, and we connected as well, because I'm like, bro, the amount of things we connected, and it's also one of these, like, being black, being in different cultures. He also had family in Georgia. It's like just sometimes you just connect with random people, and I actually like that's like one of my top things is connecting with different people, different cultures, different races. Sure, yeah. Just like listening to different people and like what they think about and like how they process different things. That's always been fascinating with me. A long thing, but I had to kind of go with my San Francisco, visit and everything like that. Also went to the hospital that I was born at. I tried to go to some other places. Like my dad and mom was like, "Hey, we used to do this when you was a newborn here." So I try to get to those places as well. So overall, it was a good trip. But shout out to Soul and Laces and Basic. I know that was a long one, but I just had
man, I wanted to hear about it, man. I forgot to ask earlier on, man.
I've seen a lot been going on the last couple of weeks. So yeah.
Yeah. Man. Okay. Man, listen, I'm not, we already know, especially the way I've been feeling lately. My shout out is Mavenue. Keep streaming his stuff. Go buy it.
Yes, sir.
I-35 just dropped. You can go listen to the commencement. One thing that was hella dope. So we had a candlelight vigil for him, and at WSU Friday after his accident, and he and so people came out. His Kappa boys, a lot of them, and then some other people. Some of his girls was there. But also one thing that was like super cool, that like I'm like, man, I know he would have loved to hear this, man. Some kid, man, I think his name was Vincent, maybe someone with Victor. He was Victor. He came up to me, man, and he was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Mavenue. I came here because I was just a really big fan of Mavenue, bro. Like when he dropped it, he's like, yeah, Mavenue was a year older than me, and he graduated in 2021, I think. He's like, yeah, I was trying to remember myself. Like, I remember, when he graduated, I bought him a watch and all that. Super proud of him. But everybody know from 2020 to now, everything feels like a blur. It's hard for me to know like what year or what happened sometimes.
Yes,
but
people don't understand that concept. I was like, bro, that's like,
he's like 2019 now. Like from 2019 to now, like it's hard.
I really feel like we time skip for real. Like it don't feel like
I'm like, I think it's
we are all 3 years younger.
Yeah. So like the dude was like, because I graduated in 2022. So yeah, so he graduated in 2021 when he dropped the commencement project. When he dropped his commencement album, I knew I had to get my bars up, man. He's such a great rap. I was like, it kind of made me cry a little, because I'm like, bro, like, you don't understand how much he would have loved to hear, yo, you nice from a stranger. I might tell you, sure, man, I gotta hype you up a little bit, but this dude don't gotta say nothing to you,
right?
Yeah. And then this other girl, what was her name? Maribel, maybe. She walked up. She's like, I just had to come. I'm a big fan of Mavenue. I used to go to all his shows and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, she just like, people showed up just because they were a fan of his music, which, yes, you want people that were a fan of or were friends or whatever, but like for that type of craft, for that craft that he was in, as a creative, you also want someone that you never met to be like, yo, I'm bumping this in Sacramento, or I'm bumping this in Orlando, Florida, or whatever. Like, I just listen to this in my car because I want to, not just because somebody told me to, but just This is one of my favorite albums to listen to. He's like, man, I was just listening to that before he passed, man. I was going back, and man, that new project was so fire, man. I was ready to see what he's gonna do with it, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm just so happy to see that, like, this is kind of what he would have wanted. And it's crazy. And so, like, also my memory's bad. I think I've said that before, but I can't remember. So when he was putting together the project, he was like, he sent me all the songs and was like, put them in order for me. He was like, could you help me with my sequencing? So I locked in, came into my office, and I was just like listening to him for a little while. And I was just like, so I knew, okay, put this one here, drop this here. Okay, these two need to be back to back. I like the way this sounded right here. So I did that. Album come out. I'm like, dude, this stuff is hard, man. Yeah, man, but I feel like I've heard it before, but I don't know where. Like, I don't know how I've heard this project before. He was like, bro, that was the one that had you sequence. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Right.
But yeah, but like, so I guess it's like almost like pat myself on the back. But like his last song on the album already made it, felt like a good like end of the album song. And it was like how he felt like even where he was at, he was already like just kind of being thankful for like where you're at currently in the journey. Like, him saying like, yo, my crib that's my $1 million mansion. Like, even though he in an apartment,
Yep.
my whip outside, that's my motherfucking Phantom. It's just like, yeah, you're in a Hyundai, but like I feel like where I'm at, like I feel like I done already made it. Like I'm just thankful for where I'm at, even currently right now. And I could see that's a good like message I felt, but so yeah, man, go stream that, go stream Commencement, go to his other projects, just type in Mavenue on all streaming. And then he also has songs that are only on YouTube. So those, man, we had a lot of big things coming, man. That's the only thing. I wrote him a hook because I was like, yo, next thing need to be a song for the ladies. They don't got to be like a slow, fabulous type of thing, but it could be something to hype them up, get them going. I wrote him a hook. He just found a beat the next day. We was work. Man, I had a whole rollout. The whole rollout where we was gonna start paid brunches, all that, like a challenge.
Dope.
Man, I'm telling you, like I was already talking to the DJs, like talking to the DJs on how that, getting the, and then also my boy Troy Brooks, we had the vodka already, Greatness Vodka, like the whole thing.
Another
We
shout
have
out.
like white, yeah, right. I know I've mentioned him before, but yeah, Greatness Vodka. Matter of fact, he just came out with a new flavor, strawberry pineapple. Bye. So, definitely go find that, check that out. I think he also does online. So if you're not here in Kansas, any of the liquor stores or any of the restaurants that they're in, I feel like every restaurant I go to now has a Greatness Vodka drink. So I love seeing it. But yeah, man, we had this whole thing, a whole little white toe challenge, and a type of, craziness that it was a whole crazy thing, man. And that's the only one thing. And I'm just like, he definitely was like a go-getter. Literally his label that he started was GSD, Get Shit Done. And he lived by that, man. So for y'all, of course, Mavenue's my shout out. Boom. And I'll just drop in Greatness Vodka. But also make sure, man, go do it, man. Like even with like podcasts, before we even started, we was like, man, but we should get this right. And then we finally was just like, man, let's just do it. We don't got the best mic. We don't got the best camera, but let's just do it. Like, because there were so many things that like with him also, like I wanted to do, but I kept waiting. Even when I told you, I was like I hit up Julius, like, yo, man, how can I get my studio good to do like, because I want to do freestyles, have people come in and do that. And I just like, because I wanted to look perfect when I had Matt come in and do it. I could have just had him sit here and rap in the screen and edit it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted it to be perfect. We kept wanting him to get on the show, but we all be busy at different times and just couldn't get it right. I wanted to just interview him, so there's just different things. If you have things that you want to do, just do it. Get shit done. That's what I mean. If Matt could just leave everybody with a message, that would be one of them, man. Whatever you feel like you need to get better at, just do it. Don't wait, don't wait for it to be perfect, because it never will. Or maybe maybe you're not here no more. So just do whatever it is that you want to do. Figure it out. Even if you do it the weak way first and you keep building with what you had and it gets better over time. Too. If y'all can look at ours, we didn't have the theme song at the beginning. We didn't have the editing wasn't as good as it is now, and it'll get better eventually. But just doing it, we just do it, Right. So, man, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna switch it up today. Instead of the outro that you normally hear, I'm gonna just play the song. It's with Saint Rick, the one that you normally hear at the beginning. Bless Saint Rick. Saint Rick and Mavenue, they came out with a song. It was in my phone for like months before he finally released it. Because he even felt like that. And maybe I should have Duck come back on with both of us and I chop it up. He would hold on to a lot of his music. He's like, no, I'm not doing that no more. Matt wasn't like that. If Matt had a song, he was putting it out. He was going right to the studio, getting it mixed, and it was out within like 2 weeks after he put it out. This last project that he did was the first time he like waited and held on and got everything sequenced right, and that's why it sounds as good as it does. But for the most part, just do it. Get shit done. So their song Heaven's Gates. Heaven's Gates. Y'all see it. We'll even post it on there. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let that play. Before that, like I said before, hit up who y'all, talk to your people, man. Hit up one of your friends that you haven't talked to in a while, man. Go do something. Go hang out with some people, man. We get so busy just doing our regular life and not doing nothing. Go to Applebee's with your friends or something, man. Go bowling. Exactly. Y'all been talking about going bowling for how long? Y'all been talking about going to go shoot pool or whatever it is for how long, man? We gonna hang out, blah, blah, blah. Man, we definitely do. Y'all never do.
You gotta take advantage, man. You never know.
You never know, man. Take that trip, man. Even if it's not an all-out, ball-out trip that y'all wanted to take, man. Go to
little road trip here. Yeah.
Yeah, go to Florida, man. If you got a friend that's such and such, y'all far apart, man, meet in the middle somewhere, man. Go to Gulfport or something,
Right. Not for real, though. For real.
So, yeah, man, thank y'all for listening. We didn't say that at the beginning. Like, comment, subscribe, hit all the buttons, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Definitely hit us up in the comments. My DMs, his DMs, match my energy. Yeah, man, just keep this thing growing. Thank y'all for just listening to us, being okay with our breaks, man. Being okay with our breaks.
I know. Yeah.
Man, we've been tripping.
Life be life, so.
Yeah. I know you got to go here pretty soon, so yeah, we already wrapping up anyway. But yeah, man, whether we chat like bros or we debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
And we go.
If heaven was a mile away, I'd probably go there every day to see all of my people. They gon' tell me everything okay. Boy, keep your head high. You gon' see another day. Send praises to your maker. We gon' watch you up from heaven gates. If heaven was a mile away, I'd probably go there every day. See all of my people. They gon' tell me everything okay. Boy, keep your head high. You gon' see another day. Send praises to your maker while we watch you up from heaven gates.
That graduation shit is over with, and now I really look at life for what it is, bottom of the hill. I'm acting like I'm cool to cover it, but I be stressing about the life I wanna live. Gotta do it big. I wasn't lying all them years about the mansion crib. Put another on the hill like my auntie live. My uncle way up on the ladder, so the bank is his. He got alligators and he fuck with Stacy them. We was all up in through Antioch and Tracy them. Stepping in some new shoes, gotta break them in, but never crease. Well, depends on the moon. I never reach well unless it's for the tools.
If heaven was a mile away, I'd probably go there every day to see all of my people. They gon' tell me everything okay. Boy, keep your head high. You gon' see another day. Send praises to your maker. We gon' watch you up from heaven gates. If heaven was a mile away, I'd probably go there every day to see all of my people. They gon' tell me everything okay.
Boy, keep your head high. You gon' see another day.
Yeah. I said we focused on what's giving, not giving. I think our mind's sick. Reality through an iPhone's got us moving all toxic. Just the same talkers ain't got them moving like clones. Avoiding real life conflict, comparing views through the phones. I'm talking missing graces, blind to the light that's shown. My nigga missing blessings while caving the shame that's grown. Singing the same old song. Mentally you were deaf by a string your heart hanging on. If heaven was a mile away, I'd probably go there every day to see all of my people. They gon' tell me everything okay. Boy, keep your head high. You gon' see another day. Say praises to your maker. We gon' watch you up from heaven gates. If heaven was